Welcome to Marsha's Plate, a Black trans-inclusive feminist podcast. A place where we know that not everybody is invited to the cookout. And we also know that every single day is a brand new day, and we have the power to make a difference today. So let's do this.
It's a new day, brand new day, make it better than yesterday. You can always find a way to turn it all around again. It's a new day, brand new day, make it better than yesterday. You can always find a way to start over again. Tuesday, when the sun rises, you can start over again. A new day, you can make it better than yesterday. It's a new day, it's a new day, new day. There's a way you can turn it around. Trust me, there's a way out. There's more time. Just don't give up. When the sun rises on a new day, you got another chance. Yeah, 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 yeah. A new day, you got another chance.
If you want to join the conversation, you can hashtag Marsha's Plate. You can follow us on most social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. Just search for Marsha's Plate, MARSHASPLATE. Y'all ready? Let's get started. Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's going on, honey?
Peace.
It's the holidays, and I wanted to share some of our experiences because, I feel like this is the most wonderful time of the year. So can y'all tell me, what are y'all feeling? What are some of y'all holiday memories, from when y'all was a kid?
Oh, child, honey, I live in this space during this time of year, honey. Over here, it gets very Mariah Carey, honey. Like I told y'all, honey, I got my lights up, honey, baby. I got my tree waiting to be put up, honey, baby. The tree gonna stay up until after New Year since I'm so late putting it up. But I just love this time of year. It snowed here again. So I'm feeling in that vein. With me leaving because I'm, one of those trans people who's from a small town, and very early on I was like, this town is too small for my personality and my identity. So I left and I moved away as soon as I could. And I miss my family. This time of year, I start to really miss my family, especially this year. We've been spending the holidays and previously decided to spend the Christmas holiday with my partner's family. So that's it. I'm missing my family, but it's all good things. I still can FaceTime and talk to everybody. And I was just there for Thanksgiving, and they're not too far away. But yeah, I'm in the holiday movies, honey. Been watching Elf, honey. Yes, honey, Elf. Apparently that's one of my boyfriend's favorites. Watched National Lampoons. Already watched This Christmas. I watched This Christmas and Family Stone every year. It's a few of them, but I just love this time of year. Very Motown Christmas songs are playing, and I'm thankful for all the capitalism of it all. When I was growing up, from the memories, Jay's giving me a face like what the fuck you talking about? But
you give me one.
No, when I think back to those times, I was a spoiled kid, and Christmas was an excuse for my family to spoil me and my cousins and my little brother. And yeah, it really ingrained something in me. But like the old cliches go, and like all of the plots of the Disney and the Pixar movies, the memories are very much more important than the presents. That shit, I couldn't even tell you half of the shit I got any given Christmas. But I can tell you about things that I made. I can tell you about decorating the tree. I can tell you about going out and pick trees because my grandmother was a person who always got a real tree, always got a real pine tree every year. Um, yeah, making hot chocolate, um, going out and playing in the snow. All of those things matter much more than the toys, honestly. But I do remember that feeling of being able to being fortunate enough to have a lot of gifts growing up. However, I'm sure that as long as the love was there, the gifts wouldn't have mattered in the long run.
What my favorite movie, my when I was younger watching movies, I used to live for just kind of like the cartoon and anime ones, and not anime, animation ones. Like I love the old school Grinch, like the cartoon one. I love that one. I also love the animated um the
You know,
one with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I love the Island of Misfit Toys. I always felt like I was supposed to be on that island.
have you
Yeah.
seen the updated, not the updated, but like the HD version of those old ones? I saw one. I think I saw Rudolph the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this looks different." Like when it's in HD, like it's this, with the old school animation though, it does give it a different look. I kind of was like, "Oh, this is different," but yeah. Anyway, I feel you on the old school cartoons.
It always
Yep.
made me, it reminded me, even I like, even Frosty the Snowman, the cartoon version, even the Peanuts one, all
That's what it
those
was,
ones really
Frosty. My bad.
made me feel, makes me feel like Christmas. What about like music? What about you, Jay? Like, what are some of your favorite Christmas songs that make
A
you feel
lot of
like, oh, Christmas is here?
Well, yeah, a lot of the Motown stuff, the Jackson Five, James Brown, Santa Claus Come Straight to the Ghetto, bring a
Temptation.
toy for money, that. I mean, especially when I was like little, because we did live in the hood, and so it was like Santa Claus is coming straight to this ghetto.
No shade. I think
Real talk. Um, but that, and then like some of the old R&B, Merry Christmas Baby. I think that's James Brown, but there's also somebody else that did that. Obviously, like you mentioned, the Temptations, that whole Motown Christmas situation. And I've shared on the show, like my family, especially my mama's side, is very old school, very old timey. They're like the older family. So we would get together for Christmas Eve and sing songs, right? Like the kids would perform. If you had something to do for school, a church program, if you played an instrument, you would perform. You got a little some poetry, or something you have to recite. It really, and it was just like a regular part of my family's tradition for like over 50 years was like Christmas Eve, singing these songs, 12 Days of Christmas. The kids got 5 golden rings every year. Santa Claus comes out. Um, my mom she taught, she was a teacher, and the wood shop people had a Santa Claus, like a Santa Claus that lights up. And it was a white Santa, like somebody painted it black, and they were like, "We don't want this." And my
Oh.
mom was like, I do. And so the gift of racism. Anyway, that was pretty wild. So we ended up with this, this Santa Claus, this Mrs. Claus rather. And like don't get on, we already know it's some bullshit. We know the pagan, how yeah, we know. But so Mrs. got a black Mrs. Claus, and she definitely was a part of like the black women, especially in the '90s, who were big on the black knickknacks, on the little person playing the piano, the black angels, all the black Christmas figurines was like decked out. You know what I'm saying? We, black Santa Claus, black everything, but it was definitely That just made me think about that too, though. She had all the knickknacks, all because in the '90s, a lot of black people, especially black women, were getting the little figurines, that you could put not just for ornaments, but you just put around the house, and there are an explosion of like black Christmas stuff, little Santa Clauses and all that kind of stuff. So um, that reminded me of that. But yeah, those are some core memories,
Mm.
especially with the music. Like yeah, like I said, the Temptations and one of the turning on the radio. That's what I miss too. Like you could turn on the radio, you got a couple stations that are gonna play. It's gonna be just all black folk stuff. It's gonna be all R&B. It's gonna be some, a little bit of the old school. A little, I love that. I love that. Especially in places where you got a couple options. You can listen to more of the new stuff, man. TLC. Well, TLC ain't new now, we kind of older, but but you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Beyonce, 12 Days of Christmas, Destiny Child back in the day, So you can listen to the new stuff mixed with the old stuff, but then you also can listen to the old school if you want to listen to So
I think
yeah,
what
that's making me think about music too, in the holiday season.
I really like, of course, my favorite Christmas song of all times, and it's kind of sad, but I love it. It makes me feel like Christmas is here. Is the Emotions? What do the lonely
We
do
do
at
at
Christmas?
Christmas,
That is my
right?
jam.
The
That's my
question,
favorite. I
yeah,
do, of course, I like Temptation in my mind. I love when that comes on because it just makes me feel like Christmas. Of course, you can't be in Christmas without hearing Mariah's. Of course, Destiny's Child. I think
right.
a cut that people don't, not a cut, but somebody that I think is newly on my Christmas music radar is Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson got a
Hmm,
fire ass Christmas album. It is
really?
so good. Yes, it is so good. Um, it's one of my favorite songs by her is called Winter Dream. And I started hearing it when I worked in retail. So, they give you all the different versions of stuff and all that. So I was like, oh, she is really singing her ass off, changing keys and modulating. I'm like, baby, Kelly is giving you that old school. I'm giving you bridges.
Come
I'm
on,
giving you
Kelly.
modulations. I'm giving you key changes. Ah, she
Yeah,
was giving it to me. So
yeah,
her
yeah.
album, her Christmas album is one of my newly where not I want to say newly within the past like 10 years new addition to my Christmas stuff that I played during that time. So music. Did y'all parents let y'all like open up one gift for midnight, or y'all all had to open up everything in the morning? What was y'all family rule? My family rules, you get to pick one thing to open at midnight, right, on Christmas Eve, and then the next morning you open the rest of your stuff. But you get to pick one thing and you take your ass to bed.
Hmm, hmm,
No, the
hmm,
rule for us was actually before midnight on Christmas Eve. You got to unwrap one gift.
hmm.
And of course, I don't know about y'all, but for us, all of the gifts weren't wrapped. My parents didn't wrap everything. My grandparents didn't wrap everything. So
Oh,
it would be stuff that you didn't need, like it would be misleading. On Christmas Eve, you would think that between me and my brother, we got 20 presents, and then we would wake up the next day and it'd be a whole room full of shit. Just where they didn't, but
your
a lot
family
of the
was
stuff,
rich.
huh?
Your family was rich, baby.
No,
Okay,
no
okay.
shade. I ain't got nothing
And
to show for it, but yeah, I did grow up with a
mm,
millionaire stepfather. But no, but the gifts under the tree would usually be duds. They would usually be like clothes and underwear and not actual toys. But for the most part, a lot of stuff would be stuff that was given to us by people who who had wrapped it, who had took time to wrap it. So yeah, so we had that one gift on Christmas Eve, and all after midnight it was fair game. But the whole thing was our parents had it set up where we went to sleep really early as kids. Like we were on, my mom was very serious and my grandma was very serious about, and my stepdad were very serious about us having a sleep schedule. And so, yeah, that was the whole thing. We couldn't stay up till midnight. Honey, wasn't staying up till midnight until we was in high school and shit. And by that point, the only thing you really getting for Christmas is clothes, and you're not hyped like you was when you were younger.
What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I definitely, we definitely had a situation where I could open up one gift before, like, because we would go out for Christmas Eve, and so we do this family gathering thing, and then we would come back, and so I could open up one gift, before, we go to bed for real and wake up and eat breakfast and stuff, and then open up gifts. Now, I definitely was not, balling on that level, Bree, but I usually had like, it was usually like um an educational gift, clothes, and like something I really want. Like, a toy or something, maybe a couple things I want, but you know what I'm saying? But like something, maybe, the thing. But it definitely was like a mix, but it wasn't, I remember I had some cousins that got like Power Wheels. Now, granted, I was a little older, but I still was like, dang, that was cool. What about you, Diamond?
So yes, I was just like you. I get to get one gift. My mom is the only child, so it wasn't just like a lot of my mom was the only child and my grandma was only one. It was one of two. So I don't really have, like, in our branch of family, a bunch of people that's kind of like that gonna come over and da. It wasn't really that. But my mom was raised with four cousins, like in the same house. So they are like her brothers and sisters. But by the time we get to this, by the time I'm grown, not grown, by the time I'm old enough to remember, like, ooh, we doing a Christmas thing. Only people that was kind of around was her two cousins slash brothers, my Uncle Billy and my Uncle Mike. And so they would be there. So it wouldn't be anything that we would go to, but what my mom would do. So my mom also was a hustling ass bitch when she was young. So, honey, she was a stunt queen, baby. She'll be doing credit card fraud, she'll be doing check fraud, blah, blah, blah. One of her first charges was forgery, honey. Because she tried to make us a
Come
good
on,
Christmas.
reparations. Come on, reparations.
Yeah.
She tried to make us a good Christmas. So I remember this one Christmas.
Uh,
So every Christmas, my mom, yes, just like you, Bree, there would be gifts that were like necessities, like socks,
mhm,
maybe a new coat
mhm,
if you needed it,
mhm.
long johns because we
Yeah,
live in
yeah, similar.
so
Yeah.
shit like that, whatever we needed. But it was also other stuff mixed in. But so we couldn't tell, my mom would box and wrap them. So now, if it was something silly, like a fucking bike, then she would, then that would I remember one time my mama wrapped the bike. Do y'all remember Huffy bikes, shit like that? She wrapped the bike too. I do remember that.
Yep, 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 yep,
Stop
yep.
So
motherfucking
Huh,
playing.
wait, wait, wait,
I thought that was something I only seen in Christmas films, honey.
wait.
no, she
Diamond,
wrapped the bike.
Diamond. It was Huffy and Murray. I think
I
Murray was the other one.
Huffy was the
Yeah,
more
yeah,
the
yeah,
more
yeah.
you get more street cred with the Huffy.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah.
remember. I mean, I was wearing what was it? What the fuck were they called? Pro King, Pro Wings.
Pro wing.
I
Fish
wasn't
heads.
rocking
You was
like all
wearing
the
fish
name brand
heads.
back in the day. I already know.
You used to wear fish heads, Jay.
Yeah.
I wore Pro Wings.
So I
Yeah.
had one year my mom wrapped I had the bright red Huffy bike. It was so fire. I lived for it. She wrapped it and everything. But usually, if it wasn't big like that, she would wrap it in boxes so you wouldn't know what it is. So the fun is the one you pick, you don't know what it is. It could be the socks. It could be the gift that you want. So my mom's rule was, yeah, she
Yeah.
gonna get me whatever I say. She gonna try to get me whatever I say, but if she couldn't afford it, she only gonna get me the one thing that I really, really
Really,
want. So
really
if I
want.
said a Nintendo, she definitely gonna give me a Nintendo, but it's gonna be other stuff. Now, if I make a list of stuff, if she can afford the whole list, she's stunting real good. She gonna get the whole
Mhm,
list. But if
mhm.
if she can't get everything, she at least gonna get me that main thing on my list. That's what she was consistent about. So I knew, but whatever the one that I got to pick is the one that I got to play with for the rest of the night till it was time to go to bed. So if
Oh,
I
that's
wanted
cool.
that Nintendo, I needed to pick the Nintendo, and she would put it in boxes so I couldn't tell what was in it. So it would be like a
That's
game of
cool.
chance. And then some years, honey, I'll pick the socks and
That's cool.
Uh-huh.
That's
They would
cool.
laugh at us when we would pick the dud gifts, honey. They would laugh at us. I think that was their goal for us
You
to
know,
pick
my
the dud
oh,
gift and go to bed looking crazy with a box of socks.
I will say my mom, as I got a little older, when I got to probably like a little bit of middle school and high school, she started doing some of that where she would like, like try to, switch it up so you don't know what you're getting. But then also because we did the Christmas Eve thing, so she would throw that in there as like a wild card for me sometimes with the gift that I might get at Christmas Eve, you know what I'm saying, from her. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, oh, okay, well, what does that mean for, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? What does that mean for tomorrow? You know what I'm saying?
Did
But yeah, she similarly would do kind of mix it up, and it was like a mix of clothes, necessities. You know what I'm saying? Some fun stuff. My mom always gonna throw in some educational stuff. That was her thing. Remember one time I always got hand-me-down consoles, y'all. So I never really got consoles to play with. Like I got a hand-me-down Nintendo, 'cause my brother used to have one. I got hand-me-down Sega Genesis. I got everything like super late because I got hand-me-down. But the one console that was not a hand-me-down. I'm saying everything I'm about to get a Nintendo. The one console that was not a hand-me-down, but it ended up being really cool, was this console called Socrates. And it was like, yeah, it was called Socrates. It was it's not like Leapfrog, but like, it was for like, I think I might have been in like, I had to be in second grade, first grade,
that's
second grade, third
fierce.
grade, somewhere, second grade, third grade, somewhere around there. It's a
That's
console.
fierce. They set you up, Jay. That's fierce,
Yeah, but it
and
turned out
not
to
in
be
the good way.
fun. It turned out to be fun. It had a remote controller and everything.
I
But
got a
since my
question.
mom was a teacher, so she kind of had the plug because they had like teacher stores and shit in the catalog. So
Yeah, yeah, I know how
kind of
it
kind of
go.
had a little hookup, which I later learned. I didn't know. I didn't know they had teacher
I got a
stores.
I got a question for you. I got a question for both of y'all, really, but especially you with this Socrates, honey, because clearly Santa Claus was not bringing nobody no damn Socrates. I don't even think Santa Claus knew what the damn Socrates. But
Wait, I
my
had to look
question,
it up. Wait, Bree, before you answer your question, I want to talk about it. So, because I don't know, I'm a gamer and I ain't never heard of motherfucking Socrates.
me neither.
So,
That's why I was over here gagging, bitch.
so it says Socrates console was a VTech 8-bit educational
You
home
found
video
it.
game.
What?
Uh-huh. Released in 1988, featured a robotic mascot and a wireless keyboard with controllers designed to teach kids math, word, music,
Easy.
art through a cartridge and peripheral like things like mouse and text, aim to be computer like so that you can learn computer skills, and it had built-in games and features, but ultimately this particular console faced challenges due to its high price and slow performance compared to other gaming systems. Wow, I ain't never heard of that. My mama wasn't
Honey,
thinking about no Socrates.
Yeah.
honey,
Wow.
you and me
Yeah.
neither.
Go
And see,
ahead.
and that's what I'm saying. If we never heard of the damn Socrates, honey, if we
But
never,
look, I was wearing pro wings. Remember, I was wearing pro wings. Okay, I was wearing
I,
pro wings, playing my Socrates, playing my
but my
with my
question
hand me
is,
down Nintendo.
but my question is, I know Santa
It
Claus
had a good
ain't know it.
time.
I know Santa Claus ain't know about no damn Socrates. My question to y'all is, did y'all parents allow y'all to believe in Santa Claus? Did they encourage y'all to believe in Santa Claus? Or were they like, fuck no, ain't nobody coming down this chimney in here?
Initially, it was believe in Santa Claus. It was the whole Santa Claus thing. Yes, she would put cookies out. She would do that initially when I was younger, but when I got to probably I think I was 6. And I remember my mom told, I was kikiing about it to some friends, and I was saying that my mama, by the time when I got to like 6, my mom would just let me run the streets till the street lights came on. Like without checking on me, I could be up the street, I could be da 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 da, I could be just running around wherever I wanted to be. And long as I'm home by the street lights, it wouldn't be nothing. And she would be okay with
Mhm.
that. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually couldn't come in. Like it would be sometimes I would come back home and be
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, I want to get something to eat or whatever." Sometimes I could come back and get something to eat, but sometimes I come back. She was like, "Honey, if you come in, you can't go back out." It would be almost
Oh
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
punishment. If you come in, you can't go back out because y'all not about to be running in and out of my house. So what you gonna do? And
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "No, don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about it. I'm gonna come stay outside."
Right.
But it would be like that. But anyway, one time during
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, I was out running the streets and she just assumed that I was going to be out running the streets. And me and my best friend come around the corner and they are unloading the car with all the gifts. And I'm seeing
Oh.
it. And she's bringing it in the back door in
Mm-hmm.
hopes to not see. So me and my friend is around the corner like, oh, look at what you got.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, so that's when I realized that it's not Santa Claus. I'm probably like
Got you.
6 or 7. I
Yeah.
realized it's not Santa Claus. This is my mama getting this stuff. And I was like, hmm. But I played along. I didn't tell her I seen it. And I seen
How old? How old were you?
I'm
About
probably like 6, 7.
six,
And
seven.
I seen the wrapping paper. I seen everything in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went down to once she got everything in, I went and knocked on the door and she's like, y'all can't come in here and blah 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 blah. You know, she going off, da 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 da. So when I come back, everything was put up, but the tree was up, but none of the stuff was in there. And so, but we had an extra storage back room that was locked. So I put together that all the shit must be back there. And then
Mm-hmm.
Christmas morning, not Christmas morning, Christmas Eve, all the stuff was on the tree and wrapped and da 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 da. So she had did it while we were asleep. And I was like, hmm. And once I told her, she was like, oh, I did all of this shit for nothing. And all these
Aw.
and so once I knew that it
That's
wasn't
sweet.
Santa Claus, she stopped doing the Santa Claus thing, but she still did the wrapping and
Mm-hmm.
the one gift for um at midnight rule. She still did that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cute, cute. What about you, Jay? Did they encourage Santa or no?
I feel like I do remember, like I told you, like with the Christmas Eve thing, like it was always black. A black Santa Claus was always there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a rites of passage, kind of as you got older to be the Santa Claus. So I got to be Santa Claus 1 year. But I think when I was little, I definitely, I'm pretty sure I was like, yeah, Santa Claus. Probably around the same age though, by 6 or 7. I think I probably was like, because I mean, by 6 or 7 we doing Kwanzaa by 6 or 7. We definitely, yeah, I definitely by 6 or 7, like maybe like 7 or 8 more so. Now, anyway, somewhere around there, that when I kind of was like, yeah, no. Um, yeah, so maybe through like first grade or so, I think I still, because I remember Tooth Fairy, still that era, that time. I was definitely, if I was believing the Tooth Fairy, I was believing in Santa. So,
Yeah. I also
so
think
shortly thereafter, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Yeah.
I also remember I don't remember Kwanzaa until I got to probably like 11. But I also was on some, I felt like W.E.B. Du Bois on some double consciousness when I was a kid because I also remember what Jay was talking about, how there was some cultural shit that was happening about Black Santa. And so I
Hmm.
would, when you would go to the mall, if you go to this mall will have a white Santa. You go to this mall will have a Black
Hmm.
Santa. And so that shit was fucking weird to me as a kid. I'm like, how Santa gonna be black and white in different places and different sizes? The white Santa was super big, like he had a super gut, and
Hmm.
he just and then the black Santa was more cool. He said he was slim and looked like he was Santa, but he wasn't really as big as the Santa.
Look like a linebacker for the Raiders.
Yeah, he was a different kind of big. And so I always thought that was kind of weird and made me start to not believe in Santa, but like it just was weird. Then and it was all kind of conscious shit that was going on, different conscious. So my mom wasn't particularly churchy at all. So
Hmm.
never would go to church with my mom. My mom would never be on no church shit. But I
Mm-hmm.
had an aunt, which is not technically my aunt. She's my mother's best friend that raised their
Mm-hmm.
her and my mom raised their children together. And she was the churchy one. Like she was a hoe that turned saved. Like she was super, super promiscuous, had a baby early on. And you get what I'm saying? Fucked all the niggas in the hood, blah, blah, blah. But then she got saved. And so she started taking us to church.
Mm-hmm.
And they were not, because they were kind of Kojic, and then some of them was apostolic. We went from Kojic to apostolic kind of back and forth. Um, they didn't really fuck with the Santa shit. They were, honey, Jesus is the reason of the season, baby. And so and so they were like, they were kind of hinting that Santa Claus wasn't real too. And so it was a bunch of different consciousness about Santa where I was it was kind of confusing at that age between like 4, 5, 6, 7. It was
Mm-hmm.
kind of confusing, but I started to be like, oh, this is I started to realize that this is not a real person. It's kind of almost like a concept, but I wasn't for sure because I was a kid and didn't understand all of the stuff, the systems that was going on. But I
Mm-hmm.
also think that that's why Black people have understanding of a lot of systems, because of these kind of nuances that we have to navigate at a really young age of understanding. And so as we get older,
Intersectionality as a kid.
we,
Yep.
we just know this shit like, like racism, a PhD in it by the time you get to your teenage years. So and
Mm-hmm.
then when I get to like 10, 11, I that's when I'm meeting my uncle's wife, who is Muslim, who also introduces me. Even though she's Muslim, she still introduced me to the idea of Kwanzaa. She introduced me
Mm-hmm.
to the idea of, these different concepts in Kwanzaa. And so yeah, that's how I kind of, it was like, I'm learning about a lot of stuff. And so it was, and I didn't, and nobody was pushing and pressuring.
To
I
your
I
point.
think
Oh,
I I think that's where our, even though um retrospectively our age gaps aren't much at all, but that's when it matters during childhood, because like a lot of the shit that y'all talking about, the changes, I didn't experience that. By the time I was growing up, at least from my memory, Kwanzaa was a big thing. I think I might have been a child during the height of the Kwanzaa, because I was, growing up during after Rodney King and all of that. You know what I mean? So I was growing up during the O.J. Simpson case. You know what I mean? I was in elementary school. So by the time I came along, all of that stuff was already big and huge, and we in school doing Kwanzaa stuff, because it was like a weird period. It was before they completely took religion out of school, but they had already started taking bits and pieces of religion out of school. And I remember, I think one of my years in elementary school might have been the last year that we had a quote unquote Christmas play or a Christmas break, or you know what I mean? So I just thought that was interesting, listening to y'all recount y'all Christmas memories. It's a weird thing. I don't know if I told y'all this before, but my family always thought I'd been here before. The old people in my family used to always say, "This child been here before." I can't remember a time not knowing. I actually remember my mom and her friends trying to convince me as a child. I couldn't have been no more than like 3 or 4. Yes, I do have memories back that far. I couldn't have been no more than 3 or 4, and they was trying to convince me that Santa Claus was real, and I was like, "Y'all must think I'm crazy if y'all gonna let a white man in this house, and we don't even have no chimney." You know, you know what I mean? And so yeah, but they wanted us to believe in Santa Claus as kids, and I think that was part of the fun for them, to for us to have this wonderment. And because I let my cousins and I let my friends believe in Santa Claus and all that, because it was cute to me. It felt good. You know what I mean? It was just something about that childlike naivety and newness to the world that I didn't experience as a child, but I still love to see it in other kids. And that's what drew me to other kids as a kid. But by the time we were in 5th grade, my mom made sure that we wasn't believing in no Santa Claus by that time. She had this whole ideology that we didn't work hard. honey. We done spent our money on these gifts, honey. We done did this, we done did that. Your grandmother done got you gifts, your uncle done got you gifts. I'm not gonna pretend none of these gifts came from some imaginary white man. I want you to know that your parents got you these gifts, honey. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, I want to thank all of our new patrons this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay, 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 yay. So not only are you helping to sustain this particular podcast, I also donate to other podcasts. I donate to other organizations. I have my finger on the pulse of the community, and I know a lot of grassroots organizations that are doing great work out here. So you're not only helping to sustain us, you're helping to sustain other people in a community, because I put my money where my mouth is. That's just the kind of bitch I am. Community is fuck. So thank you. I really, really appreciate you. And if you have not become a patron, why have you not? You can donate as low as $1 a month. It doesn't matter. Anything helps. Please. Do I have to play Sarah McLachlan and show you puppies? Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to resort to what the white people do to get you to give them money?
Anyway, the link is in the bottom. Back to the show. So let me ask y'all this. What color was your tree? Describe how the tree in your house will describe how that looked. And when you was growing up, who had the best tree that you knew of in your family, in your community, whatever? Who had the best tree?
It was definitely my grandmother with the best tree. She was the lady that was always in the running for having the best yard. For having the best yard in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like I said, every year it was real tree. Decorations was crazy. She would always get the tallest tree that she could get that would actually fit in her townhouse.
I'm judging you, bitch. Bitch, you was rich. You had a real tree and a tall one. Bitch, bitch. Kevin, you was fucking Home Alone rich, bitch. What is going on? I feel different.
The crazy part about it is my family period on both sides, not talk about my stepdad side and my mom's side, not my biological father. I ain't fool with them too much. But my stepdad's family, my uncles, my mom's family, my grandmother, everybody had non-reported incomes. Even when there were legitimate jobs and people were paying taxes, the government was never going to know how much we was really making. You know what I mean? So to
Don't
be
be
fair,
telling all your family business. I'm just joking. Tell me about the tree.
Yeah.
But the tree
and everything needs for
they're not that was in the past. That was in the past. That was during Reaganomics. That was during Reaganomics. That was in the past. They're not doing that now. Everybody is uplifting citizens. You know what I mean? Taxpaying, honey, very by the book. But no, it was very that. My grandmother was known for that. However, even though my stepdad had more money, we would always had a fake tree at my mom's house. At my mom's house, we had the fake tree. And honey, I had to help my mom pull it apart to make it look real. And she would spray the pine. She would spray the pine spray on it and light the pine candle so that we could still have the smell of pine in the house. But honey, that tree was fake as a motherfucker. I'm telling you, if you strung too many lights on the bitch, she would catch fire because she was plastic. I'm telling you, the bitch. No, and then she looked fake, honey. She looked like we didn't just spray her with pine spray. It looked like we sprayed her ass with oil sheen too, honey, because she used to be shiny than a motherfucker. What about you, Jay? What was the tree giving?
Well, when we do Christmas Eve, my uncle lived in this like mini mansion situation, like Home Alone, but like a bigger than that, but like not a mansion, but like bigger than that. But you know what I'm saying? Got the quarters for the servants' quarters, all that kind of stuff. The kitchen, big kind of vestibule. So they would get big white tree, So this when I was a kid. we would do the Christmas Eve at his house. It'd be night, it'd be snow outside, and they're in this big ass house on this hill, and it's just like snow. You come in, they got all this shit, big ass Christmas tree, usually a white Christmas tree, like huge, huge. Now we had at my mom's house, we had like, I mean, and their shit was like decorated. I mean, like it was really extravagant. You know what I mean? It's what I'm trying to get at. And then my mom at our house, we usually had a smaller tree that was manageable. I'm short, she's short. Okay. My dad, he's reasonably tall or what have you. But also we would go other places. So we would go on Christmas Day, we would do our gift exchange, and then we would go to my other mom's house. In her home, she usually would have that beautiful white. She had a white tree for a minute, and just all kinds of decorations and ornaments, and we baked the cookies with the kids and all the whole bit over there. So we didn't really do that at my house. And then we would go. We are like stops on Christmas Day, so we would that usually was the last stop because that's where we're settling down. Excuse me. But then we go see my grandmother, and she also had a tree. And sometimes her sister, who used to live across the street from each other, they're both passed on. But they used to have, they used to have a regular green tree. But my uncle and my other mom, my mom, they both had those big ass, trees with just, decked out. His was like more like old timey, because I told you that's my side of my family that's old time. Like my grandparents were born in like the early 1900s, literally, like grandparents. Okay, you know
They
what I'm
was
saying? My
born
mama
during the
got
time of
aunties
the
and uncles
other.
born in the 1800s type shit. Okay, like old timey, literally.
Let me
Um,
find out they was born on plantations, honey.
Come on, the silver
girl goes
generation.
somewhere. But anyway, anyway, but then my
That part.
mom, my other house, the tree, it was more modern, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It would have more of the black figurines. I mean, the other house had black figurines, but it was more old timey. So, but anyway, those are some of my experience with the trees. Also, I just want to mention on the Kwanzaa tip too. I kind of had a similar, not the same, but through church is kind of how I got introduced to Kwanzaa. But there also were people, kind of how you mentioned, Diamond. You said your cousin was Muslim, or your cousin was dating somebody who was Muslim, or something like that. So there
My
were, yeah. So like at church, I mean, even though we started, because it was the '90s, so you all of a sudden we intake cloth Sundays, and we transitioning from ham hocks to smoked turkey. You know what I mean? So like it was a time. It was a time. It was a time. Mahogany collection starts, right? For a Hallmark with the black Christmas cards, right? All that kind of shit. But there were folks at our church who there's like this one particular family that really led the church getting it off the ground for Kwanzaa, and really introducing it. And, so for myself, it was just a regular thing. It was, this is early 90s. And it was definitely not something that everybody at school or teachers would give a fuck about or respect. You know what I'm saying? But it was like regular part of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was people. It was definitely like some families that really kind of initiated it at the church to have it happen. So it was cool to have people to have those examples of folks who already knew what Kwanzaa was and celebrating Kwanzaa and kind of bringing it kind of full circle. And then later we would go to stuff in the community too. But yeah, also yeah, it was a time too. Just like the '90s was a time where you had a lot of black creative activity that's still kind of hanging over from that black arts movement era that was black owned, operated through us. And even, what I'm saying, we might have to take a couple extra steps to get it, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? And people did have to take extra steps to get a lot of black shit back then. And a lot of people had dope ass shit. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's it's funny. It's funny because I remember one of those Christmas plays we had in elementary school. They made a big deal to have a black Santa one year when I was in elementary school. And looking back, I'm thinking it's possible that a lot of the black parents made a big deal, or maybe the school in itself just noticed the culture shift. But speaking of Muslims, and also to add on to the tree piece, one of the other most prized trees in the community was actually from Dr. Camshay, and the Camshay family. And it's funny because they were known to be a family with one of the best trees, but they were Muslim. And so I'd always found that interesting, even as a child. Like, what is the point of y'all putting up this tree and y'all don't even celebrate Christmas? And that's when I started to learn that holidays for a lot of people aren't just about religion. It's about tradition and societal assimilation as well. But
So
what about you, Diamond? The trees I didn't hear you talk too much about a tree.
So it's speaking of tradition, there's a tradition in my hometown city of Indianapolis. We are known as the Circle City. And
Oh
so
yeah.
downtown Indianapolis is a circle and the city kind of grows out of that circle. And in the middle of that circle, right downtown, is the monument. It's like a tall obelisk type of situation with some lady on the top of it that got, like a justice lady or something. I don't know if she justice, but she got some wings and she got a gown on, Grecian gown, some white people shit.
Uh,
But
uh,
it wasn't actually a tree. It's that monument, but there's these long poles all around it, like kind of coming from the top down diagonally, and they would have lights on each one of those like strings. And so when you kind of light it up, it looks like the shape of a tree. And so there would be moments when we go downtown and we watch the lighting of the monument circle, and that was our quote unquote tree. So that was a tradition of our city, and we would go down there and watch it when I was younger. In the house, though, my
mm,
mom had one of those kind of old school 80s trees that was green with the that you had the different sections that you had to click in top of each other with the pole.
uh-huh.
And then you let the hinges down where the branches do like this. So she had one of them old school ones, and she would put up all kind of different green, blue, red, different. It was green, and then the balls, the little glass balls that we cracked all over the house by the end of Christmas, with the little metal thing, with the little silver metal thing that you gotta press together to put it back in. It was a bunch of shit like that. Then she would let us decorate it, and it would be either with those, not either, it would be those glass balls, but also anything that I made at school that like any kind of craft project, pictures, whatever, any kind of ornament project that my teachers would do, she would put it on there. Also, even though my mama hated it, but she knew we loved it, so she did it anyway. That silver tinsel that you throw all over the tree, all that silver shit, my mother hated that shit,
That
but
shit
she
was very
know,
hard to clean up.
yes,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
hated it. But
Each a
because she knew
vacuum
we
cleaner up and
lived,
everything. Yeah.
it called it a vacuum. Oh, she hated it. So but because she knew we lived, she just said fuck it. And she's like, oh, we only got to do it for a couple of weeks. And so we would do that. So I loved it in regards to being a kid and loving it, but it wasn't beautiful. It was kind of messy and it was kind of da 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 da. My friend's mom, though, my Miss Janet, she was mean as a rattlesnake, though. She one of them parents that
See that
Not
they
mean as a
kids
rattlesnake.
they kids were military level trained. Like
Uh,
she had a white living room. You couldn't go in there and sit there.
oh
She
yeah.
had
That was my grandmother, minus the mean.
she was mean and militant about cleanliness and same thing when it comes to her decoration. So I got a picture. This is exactly what her tree looked like. So our tree was about 4 to 5 feet. It wasn't tall. It was, we live in an apartment, so it wasn't really tall. But she lived in the same apartment, but her fucking tree looked to me, it looked like it was probably like 7 feet. I don't know how tall it was, but it was tall as hell for me as a kid. And so it looked exactly like this. The tree was all white, but she only put blue ornaments on it. And she only and she owned and all the ribbons were gold. So it was a white tree with blue ornaments and gold. And this is exactly how it looked. And so you saw more of the white because she didn't put that many ornaments on it where it looked more blue. But the lights were like the soft golden kind of lights, but the tree was blue. And then on top of it, do y'all remember when the black Barbie named Ebony? So Ebony, she took a Ebony Barbie and made a gown for it and turned it into an angel, and she put it on top of her tall ass tree. And so on the tree is this beautiful the ebony Barbie, the dark skinned ebony Barbie with the blue eyeshadow. She had the ebony Barbie and she had on this beautiful gold and white gown, and ribbons were coming down the tree from her gown. So she was the angel on top of it, and it was so beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, this is the best tree ever. And she's what I think I told y'all about this. She's the aunt. She's the not the aunt. She's the neighbor who called me a high yellow brat because I didn't want to say yes ma'am to her. Because my mama said, "Girl, that's slavery talk. You ain't gotta say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am." So I remember I walked in. I would not. She was like, because she told me I can't come to her house if I can't use her honorifics. Like if you can't say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am to me, baby, you can stay in
You
your.
can't come in my house.
And so when I would come to her house, I would knock on the door when I would come to get her son, because that's why I would come to her house. So her son was my age, my best friend. I would knock on the door, and she would open the door and tell me to come in, and I would be like, no, I'm gonna wait for him outside. And she was like, why are you waiting for me outside? Why you not coming in? Because I stopped coming in her house because what she said, you don't need to come to my house if you can't be respectful. So I told my mama, and my mama said, well, you ain't got to come to her house. So I stood outside, and she asked me, why you not coming in? Because she didn't understand, because I normally would come in. And she was like, and I told her, I said, well, I'm not about to call you yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am. And I want to respect your house because my mama told me to respect your house. And I'm not saying yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, because my mama said that's slavery and I'm not a slave. Baby, she said, you high yellow ass brat. She was on me
Mind,
doing that.
mind you, honey, she should have had that smoke for your mother, but I'm assuming she was probably scared of your mother. She's
Nah,
probably
she
one of
definitely
them.
won't go play with my mom. But
She's probably
no,
one
I
of
was
them.
honoring her because she said you don't need to come to my house. So I don't want to follow whatever rules you got. So I'm not gonna come in your house. Cool.
Yeah,
Can your son come outside? So, but when I did, and we grew up together. So this is like probably like 6, 7, but we've been knowing each other since shit 2. Because we all lived grew up. and so, but I would come to her house when I was coming to her house and see that ebony tree, and she just had the most beautiful house. Because all around, she got this white furniture. It looked like everything was made of snow. She would put all of her soft pillows. It just looked like snow everywhere because the carpet was white, the everything was white, and the lights was pretty. It just was the most beautiful, beautiful Christmas tree that I had ever seen. And so
yeah, yeah.
it's a memory that I have where I was like, oh, I never could be that girl. I'm not Martha Stewart Fish. I'm not decorating shit. I never have ever decorated my house as a grown adult. I've never put a lick up of any decorations of any holiday. I've never done that. I've never been that kind of girl. So
Wait, wait, girl, give me a couple years. Give me a couple of years to honey really get back. Girl, you gonna see it's gonna be looking like I decorate for every holiday, bitch.
no, I don't like that. I don't live because I don't like undoing that shit, bitch. Give me my regular shit.
Honey, I be twirling it. I didn't already started. I have this bay window in the front in my living room, and I have a curtain so that the people you can always see what's in the bay window from outside. But sometimes when you're inside, you can't see what's in the bay window. And girl, I'll be having decorations in there for every holiday, honey.
Mm.
And I'm just getting started, honey.
Well, let us know what are some of these memories? Have we triggered memories for you? What are some of these memories about your holiday? And yeah, hashtag Marsha's plate.
honey, hashtag MARSHASPLACE. Honey,
Okay.
happy holidays. Honey.
Thanks.
We are coming up on a new year,
Ooh.
and we have had I would say, a spicy year. So for the trans community, for the queer community, we've had just had a spicy ass year. And so,
Girl.
what are some of what are some of the things that you are looking for or hoping for in this coming year in 2026? What are y'all feeling? What is the vibe? What are some of your hopes? What are some of your not necessarily resolutions, but what do you want to see going forward? Personal ones and political community ones.
Oh, honey, I could start this off, baby. I done made notes, honey. Yes, I have a list, honey.
Mhm.
My first and main thing that I'm hoping for this upcoming year, something that I hope will progress, we will see even more of, honey, better quality Black film. No, I'm not talking about the Tubi shit. Unless, of course, they giving us Tubi documentary style. Unless, of course, they giving us Tubi mockumentaries and found footage and, shit that you can make great quality, low budget, but no, great quality film. I want to see a Jordan Peele film out this next year. I want to see another Ryan Coogler film. I want to see another Black Panther. There's been whispers about the Black Panther possibility about them possibly finding or looking for replacements for Chadwick. I'm ready for this Scary Movie 2. Honey, Marlon said that we supposed to be getting it this year. I'm hoping this next year. I'm hoping they don't push it back. Honey, I want the Wayans to do something else. I want to continue seeing stuff from them. I haven't been seeing Papa's House pop up. So I don't know if they didn't took that away, but that was a sitcom I was enjoying. With Damon Wayans, I believe. Yeah, I believe
No,
Damon
that
was
got
starting.
canceled.
Oh Lord, Jesus. Well, I'm hoping that they do something else. I'm hoping for more quality Black film, TV, media. These days, it seems like honestly the thing that's progressing most and the best quality that we're getting from Black Americans is art that is made via the internet. Us content creators seem to be producing a lot of better quality shit that we getting from mainstream. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honey, but I'm ready for it to start reflecting in my pockets more. Thank you very much, honey. Yeah, we're gonna pray on that. That's something else we're wishing for. I'm hoping that Khadijah Romero, honey. Do y'all know Shadija? I'm sorry, I mispronounced the name. I was thinking of Livingston. Y'all know who Shadija. Hold on, let me get her name right. Shadija Romero. Do y'all know who she is?
No.
Well, I'm
No.
hoping that Shadija finds housing. Shadija is the owner of With Love Deja, honey, With Love by Deja, the DC squatter. The woman who had hopped in them people's house in DC had got the Airbnb reservations and had been living there all year off of one month Airbnb reservation, honey. We found out that she's a scammer and she's been doing this to property owners all across DC, honey.
Wow.
Shadija Romero, I want her to find housing, legitimate housing, honey, and not taking advantage of these squatter laws, honey. Not ruining entrepreneurs, honey. Like that Black woman credit, she done fucked up living in that woman's house. That woman's mortgage went from $4,000 to $10,000 a month because of Shadija's bullshit, honey. Shadija then had leaks and shit in that woman's house and everything. And everybody who's following the DC squatter story already knows this, honey, because the homeowner allowed all of the news stations in DC to publicly broadcast everything happening in real time. So it's been a reality show for us over here in the DMV. But Shadisha, I'm hoping that you find housing and get your shit together, bitch. And if you could spend money to go on these trips and shit, bitch, that you didn't admit it that you didn't went on, but you can't pay rent. You need to get your life together because you're making it hard for poor people out here, honey. You know, BG&E charges people a deposit when they don't pay their bill on time because of people like you. So poor people have to end up spending more money on their motherfucking gas and electric and utilities.
Now I got to push back a little bit. It is not. It is
Right.
landlords over price gouging, and landlords are the reason why poor people can't afford rent, can't afford shit now.
I'm talking about utilities. I'm talking about utilities here in Baltimore. BGE has this
But
thing.
even that, the utility companies being exploitative are the reason why.
Oh yeah,
Right, 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 right.
absolutely, absolutely. But the excuse that they get to use is people like Shadisha.
And that's an untrue excuse, though. We
We know
cannot hold them accountable for that.
we know it's bullshit, and I will be continuing this conversation. That is one of my content pieces I have been working on actually. But yeah, no, you get people like Shadisha who actually could pay the bills and don't, and they use people like her as an excuse to be capitalistic and exploit poor people. Um, I'm hoping that Nicki Minaj just go ahead and get deported this coming year.
Oh, that's not funny.
I'm hoping that Diddy does not suffer alcohol poison from jailhouse hooch this upcoming year. We know that he has been having trouble with that. Somehow find the alcohol to consume in jail.
Mm.
I'm hoping for genuine peace in the Middle East. It's been a lot going on. I ain't even going to go into detail, but hoping for genuine peace in this next coming year. No shade. I'm dead serious on the peace in the Middle East. But also I'm hoping that we actually get something worth buying from She by Sheree. I'm hoping that She by Sheree finally give us this line that is not stolen from somebody else's intellectual property. Uh, Harsher punishment for predators. Yeah, I know this list is all over the place. Harsher punishment for predators. I'm hoping for this upcoming year. I'm not wishing anything bad on the man, but he gives me the impression that he's really stressed and he's out of his mind. And you know, I don't like to see people suffer. So I'm hoping that Donald Trump, I'm hoping they allow him to just go off somewhere, and let him just be delusional in a room or something. I know that's a lot that I'm asking for. I doubt it's going to happen. Honey, I'm hoping Ballroom brings back signature performance and uniqueness. Yeah, I'm hoping to have more speaking engagements. I want to get into that more, take advantage of potential opportunities more. Um, yeah, just have to get over my social anxiety, working on it. Honey, I'm excited about expanding my merch line. Everybody who keeps up with me, you already know. T-shirts are coming out. Honey, we have more t-shirts coming out all the time. There's new t-shirts on the website all the time. Always excited and feeling positive and looking forward to continuing this journey as a person, my mental health journey. And ultimately, I want Marsha's Plate in this upcoming year to have 1 million monthly listeners.
Word.
That's my whole list. That's it. What about you, Jay? What do you want for 2026?
World peace, like you. You know, uh, some ease if it does not end for folks in Congo, Sudan, and Gaza, all that kind of stuff. Well, not all that kind of stuff, but those places. And some of our communities in the hood, in the not hood, in places like Alaska, where they got like their rates are high for violence, just for violence to like chill the fuck out. That's one of my wishes. But for my personal stuff, well, that and that, well, I'll just get to my personal stuff first. My personal stuff, I want to travel to warmer climates. I am in a climate that I have not been in, and it is so cold and in such a long time. But I'm like, fuck, I am cold as fuck. When you said Diamond earlier, you said it was how? What was the temperature?
I woke up this morning and it was 35
See,
degrees.
no, I can't do 35 the way I used to be able to do 35. I used to be able to do 35 fine being in the Midwest. I cannot do 35. I can't do 35, 25, 40. Usually a balmy, it's cold at 45. You know, that's how I was living for the last, for several years. So it's like I'm freezing my ass off. So I hope to do some traveling and integrate, warmer climate traveling into my life because it does take the body a second to readjust. Um, Definitely, I want to spend more time with family. Like being the Pacific Northwest is so fucking far away from everybody. It's far and it costs extra just to even get there. Usually, from anywhere except for California and Vegas. So like, it's just a lot. So I really didn't get to see. It was like the longest stretch I've been away from my family. So I'm excited to spend more time with them, my nieces and nephews, and my dad, and got some family getting older, as well as just like getting to, even if I didn't see people as frequently, I definitely never had such a long stretch where I didn't see my family. So I'm excited to do more of that. Um, yeah, so I'm excited about that. I want to take a guy. So there's several folks that do these like guys trips, around trans guys, black trans guys, and I've been almost going several times, and then like something came up. So I definitely am like, oh, I want to make sure that this happens in 2026,
Ooh.
because they're all like trips that are about relaxing, chilling, wellness, that kind of stuff. So I'm excited about that. That's something that's on my list of things. Um, and like we all like, not we all like, and ooh, Diamond. See, we're talking about childhood. As soon as I said we all like, I just heard like an elder being like, "We all like what? What is what you mean? You know what I'm talking
If
about."
you can huh, you can hear.
Exactly, exactly. One of my biggest wishes next year is for all of us, particularly as well, not just as black trans people, but as black people, period, to really like tune in more with what's going on and all of us use whatever we can leverage wherever we're at to support one another and because the shit is about to go down. So like we ain't, what I'm saying, like we ain't there yet, like, but I think my wish is that we strengthen our solidarity and communication as black trans people, but as black people as a whole, as black queer people, as black people as a whole, and like really see how we're all sitting in our different intersections, what we all got going on, because they coming for all of us. Like, what I'm saying? And so, and this is not the first time that black, queer, and trans people have existed in a time like this either. So we're not special. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't unique. We had black, queer, and trans people back in the day dealing with this shit too, and they found a way to fucking be effective and find a place in the struggle for our liberation as black people specifically. And all the trans shit about being black too. So you know what I'm saying? Like all the shit come back down to us as black people. We sit in the bullseye. So I just hope, my wish for next year is just to strengthen our community, get stronger. Because there's been a lot of shit that's been trying to break us down, including that fucking algorithm. And so, yeah, so that we can withstand this shit and like beautiful art's created. Not that you need trauma to create beautiful art. Let me be clear. I'm not one of them kind of people. But I'm just saying that I hope the resistance grows stronger and that we build amongst ourselves more. So that's one of my wishes is that we continue to, yeah, to strengthen our solidarity and build for self in the new year and going forth because shit about to change up. So About to change up. We all we got. We gotta move like that. That's my wish. What about you, Diamond?
Oh, so I have a bunch of goals that I want. Personal goals. I really want to finish my book. I really, really want to finish it. So I've been kind of taking an hour a day and really kind of working on what I need to work on with it. It is finished, but it's not. I'm tweaking. I'm doing tweaking. So I've gotten all the chapters. I've written all the chapters, but deleting and editing and figuring out, what chapter is here, what I need to add, what did not talk about. Like I'm recently I'm talking about certain things, but there was a chapter that I wanted that was specifically about boyhood. I haven't I there wasn't a chapter that where I specifically addressed how I felt about boyhood in the sense of when I was living through it, like living and what I was learning and things people were trying to teach me and just lessons all around me about boyhood as a little boy. And so I hadn't had it written a chapter specifically like narrowing down that. And so I started to work on that probably like a month ago, and it's just coming out so beautifully. So that's a chapter that I'm adding, but then that kind of stuff. So really just get my book really honed down on and ready for it to me loving it and ready for it to present it. I want to see my family more. I want to see my nephews now that they've gotten older and they're not in the baby stages and they're in the talking and really being little humans. I want to see them more often. So I at least want to see them twice this year instead of the one time that I saw them this year. I want to visit, same thing as you, Jay, in regards to travel. I want to visit at least two new places this year. Um, I didn't really I traveled some this year, but I didn't really hit that many new spots as I wanted to. But um I want to hit more. I want to hit more. Um I also want to perform some of my music. I haven't performed musically in decades. And so I want to figure something out where I go to like a open mic or something. I want to perform in that realm because I haven't flexed that muscle in a really, really long time. And so I want to do that. I'm also working on a course of trans history. And so I want to finish that and get that done this year. I've already started it, and so I just need to tweak it and add some things to enrich its educational value. And so that is what I hope to accomplish this year. As far as that's personal shit, as far as like um politically, I just really I don't I feel like we need to hunker down and turn inwards and turn and not inwards as in just individual. I'm talking about inward in community. I really want us to start focusing on building our relationships with our community. Um, building, I think you should know more queer people. I think you should know more trans people. I think you should know more black people. If you are any of those identities, I think you should open up and find more people to build your circle of friends and circle of community. Um, find some trans musicians, find some trans masculine writers, trying whatever the job, whatever the fuck you are into, find some black trans people that do that thing and learn about their work, learn about what they're doing, whatever you into, whether it's an anime, find an anime motherfucker who is black and trans. Really, really open up your community, and I have been really, really intentional about that, and I want to be more intentional this year about finding unique trans people who are in unique interest. And so that is what I'm going to try to do this year, and I think that is what I think everybody should do that. Like find some trans people, try and find some other people who are into whatever you into, whatever your hobby is. I bet you can find another black trans person who is into that and get together, have lunch, have dinner, create a group together, do something together where y'all are enriching, where you're building a new relationship and just kind of just growing your community. And so yeah, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck about these fucking, Donald Trumps and MAGAs and Democrats failures, and I'm not on that. Fuck them. Like I don't feel like any of them motherfuckers is gonna save us. I'm not saying that in the sense of I think they're equal. I think of course absolutely one is worse than the other one, but but I'm tired of stressing about them, either one of them. And so what I believe is that we are going to save ourselves. And so, yeah, building my community and expanding my reach in my community. And that means Black trans people, that means Black queer people, that
Mm-hmm.
means Black people in general, and really just expanding my circle of people. And so that's what I'm going to try to grow.
I mean, that's real.
That's real.
See the value in us, okay?
See the
See
value
the
in us.
value in us, because we are enough. You know what I'm saying? Period. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
let us know what y'all hopes are for this coming year.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think we all should have some type of positive, not necessarily a resolution, but
Oh,
something. What
I
you
got
got?
another wish that I get my camera shit together. That's my wish for the new year. Now that I'm not bouncing around, that's the other wish. I'm gonna be more settled in 2026. But yeah,
Stability.
getting yeah. Bree said one time. Bree said we could see the bullshit blowing in your house past the camera.
Yeah, at one time we could see that
Yeah, it was
motherfucking
bad, y'all.
that meth burning, honey. Though.
It was bad, y'all. And when you in a situation like that, it's like you trying to move, but like I said, it's a very gentrified place. People don't have a lot of space. And so it's kind of hard not to be in the space while you're trying to get out the space. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of my wishes for the new year. It's gonna be like, this is set. Early, I got a damn Charlie horse, y'all, because I was sitting too high. That's why, if you saw my face, I kind of was like, oh. Have to get up and stretch and get some water. Stay hydrated, y'all. That's my wish. Is to like not experience that again as we get older. Cause ooh, my
So
leg was
yeah,
like over it.
let us let us know what y'all wishes are for the new year.
Mhm.
And yeah. That's what I want us to focus on, our community. And what's the hope in your heart, in your eyes of the future.
Mhm.
Hashtag Marsha's Plate.
Break it down, Bree.
Hashtag MARSHASPLATE.
Gimme euphoria, more than peace of mind. It's the joy and space to change the tide. Gimme euphoria, more than peace of mind. It's the joy and space to change the tide. Gimme you the feeling and the high you never come down from. Whoa.
What is bringing y'all euphoria this week?
Hmm.
Oh, you got to think about it, honey.
I,
Honey.
my brain just said bloop.
Oh,
I wrote it
not a
down.
blue,
It did.
not a blue,
I
not
wrote
a
some.
blue.
Hold on, you go.
Okay. Jay's brain bloop just brought me euphoria, honey. Now I have a more positive way to describe that a brain bloop, honey. I like that because, honey, y'all know how ratchet this mouth could be, honey, and I could be really offensive and not politically correct. So that's bringing me euphoria because I think that that's a cute word, bloop. That's a cute way to use it. I never thought about that. Seeing how you know great minds, honey. Two minds are better than one. No, what else is bringing me euphoria? Um, the snow, really. The decorations, lighting up my house, seeing the lights in the window. Um, Yeah, the jingle bells, the Christmas vibes. You know, I told you it's time over here. You know,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm getting ready to put on some Christmas shit when we get off of here.
Period. What about
What
you?
about
Um,
you, Jay? Is you
okay.
blooped up and ready?
My bloop came back. I went to fundraising. Well, let me back up. I went to a gala for Garden of Peace, and they do a lot of stuff to support wellness and the arts and things like that around Black trans folks. And it was really cool to see folks perform and just be in space with be in community. Um, yeah, poetry, music. It was really dope. So that's bringing me a lot of euphoria. It was an unexpected thing. A friend of mine was like, "Yo, I got this extra ticket," so I was really glad I was able to participate. Um, and then the other thing that is bringing me euphoria, low key, is the snow. Like, cause it's been cold, and what I know about being from the Midwest, if it's cold, sometimes you do want snow, cause the snow can like trap the heat. And so you already know, Diamond. You know what I'm saying? When the snow comes back them clouds can be helpful. Nothing ain't nothing colder than a clear sky. So that's been bringing a lot of euphoria. 'Cause I haven't really seen snow like this in years. Being in Seattle, like it snows there, but it doesn't. It like melts usually right away. So it's literally been like 6, 7 years since I've like seen this much snow for this long. So it is bringing me euphoria. I'm like, yeah, snow. I was walking, I took the bus, I was like, okay. The muscle memory coming back in with the ice and but it's pretty. And
Yeah,
it's bringing me euphoria. It's bringing me euphoria. The snow and the Garden of Peace event. What about you, Diamond? What's bringing you euphoria?
Oh, y'all, listen, y'all too. Um, I was talking to somebody I went to an event, and this episode is going to be in the future. So this event has happened this week, but we're kind of pre-recording this. And somebody came up to me and were talking to me about their experiences with Marsha's play across the years, and we literally are in our 8th year, and that is just we talked about it during the anniversary and da 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 da, but just
Yeah.
feeling accomplished and feeling like this is, to certain people, I know that we are a niche show,
Mhm.
da 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 da, but to people who have been with us and people who listen to us weekly, just hearing them talk about how important our conversations are, the nuances of our
Mhm.
conversations, and um all of our what we all, even some recently somebody commented on our Instagram, just how each individual on this show brings what they bring and how they love it, and being on this journey with y'all, going into this new year, and these past couple of years has really made me appreciate y'all even more, even though, Jay, we've been knowing each other for years. We just
Mhm.
met um
Same.
when I wanted you to be on the show, Bree, and just knowing y'all better, knowing how y'all minds work, and still loving you, still caring about you, and caring about your opinion.
Even the
I just
bloops.
I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all, and I love being on this journey with y'all. And so yeah, I hope this continues. So that's what's
ditto,
We love you
ditto,
too.
ditto,
yeah.
ditto. And I love everybody who supports us and gives us ideas to expand on conversations that we are having. Like I I wanted to really point out the hashtag Marsha's Plate because I love when people use it.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know what's going on with y'all. We up out of here. What's bringing y'all euphoria, and we will see y'all next year.
Okay.
Honey, yes,
We
honey,
love
happy
y'all.
new year.
We love y'all. We'll see y'all next year, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
2026. That's wild. All right.
Well, that's it. Thank you for coming and getting a taste of Marsha's Plate. You can listen to us on iTunes and SoundCloud. Make sure you leave a review because we really need those 5 stars, y'all.
And go like our Facebook page and leave some comments. We will be posting exclusive content every Thursday, so you definitely don't want to miss out.
You can also follow us on Twitter and any other social media site at Marsha's Plate. If you'd like to donate or advertise with us, hit us up at diamondstylz@gmail.com. That's diamondstylz@gmail.com.
And that's it for us, y'all. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You gonna say bye, Mia?
Oh, bye, y'all.
Every little thing's gonna be